Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, let me introduce myself. My name is Akmal Fatullah, and today I will give you some presentation. I will presenting to you about our material today, and our material today is poem or poetry. And before we going to the poem, I will explain to you about the social function, the structured text, and the special text language elements in the form of poetry. And then there is the tujuan pembelajaran is melalui pembelajaran inquiry or discovery learning, siswa dapat mengidentifikasikan fungsi sosial, struktur teks, dan unsur kebahasaan teks khusus dalam bentuk poem, lisan dan tulis dengan memberi dan meminta informasi terkait kehidupan remaja sesuai dengan konteks penggunaannya dengan bertanggung jawab dan benar. And then here a poem or poetry by Rachel Fate. The title is The Little Rose Tree, and I will read it to all. I will read it to you. The Little Rose Tree by Rachel Fate. Every rose on the little tree is making a different face at me. Some look surprised when I pass by, and others drop, but they are shy. Those whose head together press the secrets I could never guess. Some have their heads thrown back to sing, and all the buds are listening. I wonder if the gardener knows, or if he calls each just a rose. Thank you. And then I will I will give you some explanation about poems and poetry and terminology. A poet is a person who writes poems, and a poem is a piece of writing that partake the nature of both speech and songs, that is nearly always rhythmical, usually metaphorical, and often exhibits such formal elements as a meter, rhyme, and stanzaic structure. And the function of poetry is to convey emotion or ideas to the reader's or listener's mind or ears. So the function of poetry is to giving the writer's emotion or ideas to the readers of the, or listeners' mind and or ears. And then poems have four elements of poems. There are rhythm, sounds, imagery, and forms. Rhythm is the flow of sounds produced by a language communicate the emotion of the poet. For example, expression of the first one is happiness, sadness, and then excited. Okay? From the Little Rose Tree by Rachel Fate, let's see, is the rhythmical or the emotion. Okay, there are surprise, shy, and wonder. Those are some expression that the writers put the writers the, that put it in his or her poetry. Okay, the sounds or rhymes is to create effect rhymes in poems. Okay, from the little rose tree, every end of the words, it's have the end as have a same ends. Like every rose on the little tree is making a different face at me, and then some look surprises when I pass by, and others drop but they are shy. Look, tree and me is have a same pronunciation. It's same like by and shy, right? Okay, and then there is imagery, sensation that a language creates in mind. So, from imagery is the poetry is must make the readers or listeners imagine about the poem, imagine about the poetry that he read or he listen or he listened it. The example, one must have a mind of winter or an image of rose tree. Okay, from the little rose tree we can see a different face, surprise, drop, or some have their head thrown back to sing and all the birds are listening. Yeah, from these words we can imagine about the different face, about the expression of surprise or the rose when they are dropped and they're shy, and imagine about their heads thrown back to sing, and imagine about all the birds are listening. Okay, and the last one is forms of verse. That poems in 190 are free verse. So the poems from the 99 99 and 90s era, they don't have rims, so it called free verse. The sample is like this: the name of stanza or verse, there are couplet, and the number of the line is 2 lines, tripled 3 lines, quatrain 4 lines, quintet 5 lines, sextet 6 lines, and octave is 8 lines. Okay. This poetry, this Little Rose Tree by Rachel Fit, has 2 stanza. Let's see. There are 2. Every rose and is making is 2 stanza. So the form of this poetry is couplet. Okay. Thank you very much for your kindly attention. Let's continue our discussion, or if you have some question, just ask it in our forum, in our Google Classroom forum. Okay, thank you very much. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.